This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Welcome to Kansas, gateway to...
Frederick Beecher was one of the famous Beecher family whose lives had such an impact on the Kansas territory. Henry Ward Beecher, Harriet Beecher Stowe, the Beecher Bibles, guns sent to defend the settlers against pro-slavers from Missouri. All of these were in Beecher's family tree. Thus, young Fred was raised in faith and patriotism, with roots in the very heart of the Civil War. Though his college career was interrupted, he graduated from Bowden College in Maine in 1865. He served in the 16th Maine Volunteers during the war and was wounded at Fredericksburg and Gettysburg. He was struck by shell fragments that shattered his kneecap at Gettysburg and said, "I thought I was cut in two and expected to live but a few minutes, but was very happy." His recovery was long, and he was left with a pronounced limp for the rest of his life. Moved to reserve services, he was often morose. He wrote, "My fortune has not been good, and I do not know that it will change. I have much to be thankful for, and yet sometimes I wish I were laid with the brave men at Gettysburg." He worked at the Freedmen's Bureau in North Carolina, the agency working to help freed slaves, and then in 1866 he enlisted in the 3rd Infantry. He was stationed at Fort Riley, then at Fort Wallace, where he served as quartermaster and was instrumental in the building of Fort Wallace. Beecher was planning to take leave and visit his loved ones at home when orders came for him to join Major George Forsyth and his organization of civilian scouts to take part in the Plains Indian Wars. Beecher's last letter home was written from Fort Hays, August 20th, 1868, 18 days before his death. He was beloved by the men who served with him, who described his death. Mortally wounded, he calmly lay down by the side of his commander to await the end. His mind wandered back to his mother. He was heard to murmur, "My poor mother." He became delirious, and at sunset on September 17, Fred Beecher passed away on a sandbar in the Arickaree River in the Colorado Territory. Hastily buried in a shallow grave, his body was not recovered when the burial detail returned that winter to move the graves. His loss was deeply mourned by his comrades and by his family. He has a memorial marker at the Beecher Island Memorial south of Ray, Colorado, as do the other scouts who perished in the battle. During the 150th anniversary events and the grand reunion of Forsyth Scouts, he will be portrayed by a reenactor, and several services at the participating sites will honor him.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.